All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and thank you, David Caraway. I could always count on you. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started. But before I do, I just want to make a quick announcement. We do have somebody that lost an iPad or, misplaced it earlier. The only information we have on it is the gentleman's name might be Michael. So if you're missing an iPad, please see Felina Harris at this front table here. Everybody in the blue. Okay? All right, thanks so much. Well, look, folks, I want to welcome you to the Nickel-Jesus Fall Conference. I'm welcoming you all again, just like we did yesterday, only because we had a lot more folks check in this morning. And that's really exciting to see that even on Thursday, you're still coming on out to enjoy the sessions and get connected to the other members here, maybe some friends and colleagues. But it's great to have you all as well. Glad you made it here safely. Here at Nickel-Jesus, we have a lot of folks that are doing a great job. Can you hear me? Can you? Okay. Okay, thank you. That are doing a great job and working behind the scenes and whatnot. Before I get too far down the rabbit hole and we start the business meeting, I just want to recognize a few folks. If I can, I would like to recognize the Nickel-Jesus board. If you will, please stand if you serve on the board. Big kudos to everybody that's serving on the board. They're the ones who are help leading and directing. We have some board members over here in the back as well. And even through the conference, just because they're serving on the board, they're continuing to work behind the scenes and make things happen. So as the president, of course, I'm grateful and I appreciate everything they do. They've really made it easy for me to stand here before you today with everything they've done, not just throughout this year, but in the past as well. Another thing I'd like to do is, if you have served as a past president, I want to recognize you as well. If you will, please stand. I know there's some of you in here. We had quite a few yesterday. Rex, Leslie, Gray, Brad. Stand up. Who else do we have here? Susan, I cannot see her. Oh, there she is, Susan. Yes, and I'm glad. It's wonderful to see Susan. Glad she could be here with us. All right, if you all will, please have a seat. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Yes, most definitely. Those are the folks that have, some of them, and I was talking with Leslie a little bit earlier, but some of these folks have been here for a long time. Leslie shared with us many moons ago when she was the president that she had been with Nickel-Jesus since 1991. That's when she first got introduced to Nickel-Jesus. There's a lot of other folks that we briefly talked about. Gary Kuntz, I think, Rex Wilder. I'm sure there's many more that have been involved and been attending the conferences far beyond when we really had a lot of vendor support and things matured and we are where we are today. But we owe them a big round of applause and thank you as well, because they spent a lot of time and energy early on making it what it is for us today. So I'm grateful for that as well. At this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Felina to come on up and do the invocation for us. I know some of you are trying to finish up on your meals. Please feel free to continue to eat. We want you all to eat. We're trying to allow enough time for that. And then we'll go ahead and get started here with our business meeting.
Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for our life, our health, and our strength. We thank you for blessing us to be here. We thank you for blessing us throughout the conference so far. We thank you for blessing us throughout this meeting and throughout the remainder of the meeting. We thank you for blessing us to go to our separate destinations on today and on tomorrow. In your name we pray. Amen.
All right, thank you. And if you will, just remain up here, Ms. Felina. And I believe Felina and Chris are going to help start off with doing some awards. And this is something we do every year, just a little bit of recognition for their various folks that have served. And I'm going to just hand off the mic to you all, if you all will, please.
Should I talk? I don't talk much. Hey, so first of all, let me recognize jokes will be later. Ryan Drawn for his contribution to Nickel-Jesus. He served on the board as associate board member. He represented League of Municipalities. He's not here, so we'll just ship it to him. Chris Niver, okay, is Chris here? He's not here. He has done a tremendous job putting together a website. He chaired committee for several years. He stepped down, and now he's replaced by a fine gentleman over there. So we will also send Chris his plaque to his house. Okay, Judy Ryan. Judy Ryan spent a lot of years representing Association of County Commissioners and serving on the board as advisor as well. Judy is not here. We'll send her this plaque as appreciation for all her contribution to Nicogiza. I don't know this guy. Joel Hartley, okay, many years as a treasurer. Joel, come on over here, man. I have to shake your hand. Come on, Joel. It's hard for us. I may start crying. How about you start crying? Joel spent, I don't know how many years. I came in 2004 and you were on it. You were secretary at that time and then you became a treasurer. Joel's probably the best treasurer I ever worked with. It's a great responsibility to put up with 3 phone calls a day sometimes to resolve financial issues, and he was always on it. He's always accounted for. And Joel, I couldn't be more appreciative of all you've done to Nicogiza. Thank you. Hold on. Picture. Stand here between me and Felina. And Felina, come here. Eric, come over here too. Let's take a group picture. I'll smile for a moment. Thank you, Gray. Is now the time to... Well, every year we change presidents. Eric has done a fantastic job. Last year he represented Nicogiza as a president. He was the top guy representing us to different agencies, helping out with board, leading the board. And I have to tell you, Nicogiza is in better place than it was last year. So Eric, thank you very much for your contribution. Come here in the middle, we'll take a picture with you too.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Hold on, she's supposed to be in the middle. Cannot keep up with Felina. Thank you.
Picture now.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Eric.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Wow, that's great to get a plaque. That means a lot to me. Honestly, I'll look at that. Really, that's really from all of you. I'm just thankful that you all allowed me the opportunity to serve you all. I know there's a lot of stuff that we're doing behind the scenes, but I just got to give another shout out to the board. We meet monthly. Sometimes they're conference calls. Sometimes we're on site. This past year, we decided to go to the School of Government for all of our meetings. It worked out real well. It's more of a central location. But during those meetings, our committees report and they give updates. That means that's great at the board level. We're seeing what everything's going on at a top-down view. But really, what's happening is the committees are doing all the work. And we got a lot of great volunteers, our members, those folks that have stepped up to serve as well. And I didn't get a chance earlier, but the volunteers, our members, all of you are the ones that are actually really getting the stuff done. We got great leaders. My opportunity to serve as the president has been no doubt a blessing. I've really enjoyed it. It's been fun. I've grown tremendously. I've learned some real tough lessons. And I'm thankful that I've gained those experiences because now when I move forward, I know how to communicate, how to work stronger, how to think, how to network, how to communicate. And that's why we're all here, essentially, is because we get to come amongst all our colleagues all across the state. There's folks here that might even be visiting internationally, I'm not sure. But we know from other states like South Carolina. I had some good conversations with folks from South Carolina. So it's just great to see us all come together. But I'm obviously grateful for this. It means a lot to me. And thank each one of you for that. We will go ahead and move forward with our business meeting. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. And first on our list here is going to be our committee updates. And I wanted to share with you folks that will be Maurice. Is he here? I'm going to ask the School of Government Center for Public Technology to come on up here. Thank you. I had Shannon on the list, but Maurice is the man for the job. Maurice, appreciate you. If you don't mind providing an update, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. Let's try it again. Hello, everyone. Woo! feeling the positive energy in the room. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, break the wall. Real quick, just want to give you an update from the Center for Public Technology. Shannon regrets that she could not be here on this afternoon. As you know, Shannon teaches like a tremendous workload. She, by far, teaches the most hours at the School of Government, by far. I mean, it's not even, I think the nearest person may be within 1,000 hours of teaching. So she's a very popular teacher, very dynamic at what she does. So she's teaching the clerks this week. So we miss her here, but she's here in spirit. I feel her presence in the woo. So as an update, we will be announcing the registration link for the new 2017-2018 CGCIO course. If you are in our current CGCIO course, would you please stand? Yes. Will you give them a round of applause? So there's always a question, which is the best class? Right now, this is the best class. Last year's class was the best class. 2015 was the best class. Really, I must say 2009 was the best class. And so was 2010 and all of the classes that we have had. So we'll be on the lookout for the registration in November. We'll be opening registration. So you want to go ahead and get your information in so that we can send out the acceptance letters and that sort of thing. Another thing that we're doing at the Center for Public Technology, we are starting to engage around serious games. So if any of your locations are interested in partnering with us around some gaming types of scenarios, please catch me or shoot me a note. We're very excited about that new thought process. Also, in November, we are teaming up with the Professional Development Committee. I think it's November 16th and 17th. Randy will probably give more detail, but it's a PCI compliance class. So please, it's a partnership with our CGCIO course, but we are actually opening up to all the members. So please register for that as well. So with that, Mr. President, I am done.
Thank you, sir. Let's give them a round of applause. Just to add a little bit to that, over the years, I'm sure everyone knows Shannon and Maurice. They are just phenomenal folks. They have provided a lot of great information and input when we don't really know what direction we're headed in. You could always go to them to provide great advice. I can't be more proud or thankful to have an outfit like the Center for Public Technology at our disposal, so to speak, and always willing and ready to help us no matter what the circumstances are. And as you can imagine, when you're in leadership and when you're leading and you're managing, it's always nice to be able to have folks you could bounce ideas off and thank and just talk with, and they'll help provide good guidance. So again, if you will, please give them a round of applause. Nobody really knows, but they do a fantastic job. All right, next on our list here, we have Chris Koltek, if you will, sir. Please provide a conference committee update.
There's no update, Mr. President.
Outstanding.
So first of all, let me thank everybody that participated in helping to create this event. So if you would, I need everybody who helped with the conference to stand up right now. We've got a membership committee, we've got a vendor committee, we've got entertainment committee, we've got professional development that audit. Come on, guys. Do you want me to read you by name? I've got the list at the table. Come on, Greg. You want me to, do I have to walk to everybody and ask you to stand up? Come on, stand up, make it easy, okay? Round of applause to everybody. So what happens here today will end tomorrow. And what are we going to do next, okay? Next, we're going to start planning the spring. And how quickly we're going to start planning the spring? Well, spring, we started planning that about 6 months ago. So we have conference committee. Now we have two subcommittees. One is a spring future committee, so it's one ahead of the year that we have it. And it's chaired by Mark Sillenbacher. Mark, where are you here? Where? He doesn't even stand up. So that committee is not really awake yet. But they've been planning the spring event already for several months. And we have another committee. It's chaired by Steve Rendon. Steve, where are you here? There you go. At least he stands up. So that committee is actually better. They are working on the next fall event, agenda, theme, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of people involved. And let me tell you how we structured the committee. Last conference in Wilmington on Friday, we asked you to volunteer if you want to help out Nick Ujiza, be part of any of our committees that we have. And I believe we had 20 people sign up for the conference committee. You know, me being very detail-oriented, I just copied everybody. I didn't skip anybody, and I just sent email, welcome on the conference committee. And from those, I would say about 50% was active, and the rest, you know, maybe didn't have time to participate. What we also did, you know, for several years, we kind of moved conference from Asheville. We took it to Pinehurst. We stayed in Pinehurst for 2 years. Then we brought the conference here to Winston-Salem. We had the conference here in Winston-Salem. This is our second conference. And every time we have a fall conference, we ask you, actually we ask you in the springtime as well, where would you like to see a conference going in the spring, and where would you like to go in the fall? And you know, we have suggestions from Hawaii. I think I read China somewhere. But really, the majority of folks are pretty set in one direction, okay? And it's a problem. It's a problem because we are a large organization. Some cities, some locations cannot accommodate organization that size. The last time I checked with our registration, we have total 500 plus people here right now at this event. So I brought two folks with me today, Ms. Brenda Taylor and Scott Karate, to help us review possibilities of moving conference to a location that would be close to what you all wanted. And that's all I have, Mr. President.
You know, this is a government organization, and we've heard lots of things flying around lately as far as politics, so...
Brenda, don't bring up politics, please. I mean, that's all we hear on the radio, that's all we see on TV. Please, let's not talk about politics.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
Destination.
Okay. Got anything else?
Well, we need to perform first. So we need to move the...
Well, why don't you start with that?
So next year's conference is going to be held in
Asheville. And we're here to talk to you about all the wonderful things there are to do there. Let me introduce Scott Karate. Scott is with the Renaissance Hotel, downtown Asheville, which is the host site for the conference. And he has worked diligently to try to make everything work, including the budgets, which are the really hard things to pull together. But Scott has done an amazing job pulling all of the facets together, and we really appreciate all the efforts on behalf of Asheville.
Okay. So from the staff and management of the Renaissance Hotel, we look forward to hosting you next year, October the 24th through the 27th of 2017.
And that is the Peak Color Week in Asheville. So you guys have got a show in front of you.
So since last time that you were in Asheville at the Renaissance has went through a multi-million-dollar redesign. And here's a picture of the hotel. And we've renovated, redesigned the lobby area, the lobby lounge, the restaurant. Here's, we do have finally a fireplace like one of our competitors. It's not as big as one of our competitors, but we do have a fireplace now. You could see pictures of the lobby area here, continue the lobby lounge, redesign of king-size room, as well as a double queen room. Each room does come with a desk, so being IT guys like yourself, I'm sure that you do want to have a desk to work out at night. With Renaissance, it is discovering something new. And as you can see here, here's a picture of the bathroom, if you could go back, but on the right side, it looks like just lines, circles, but if you would look through your phone or at a mirror, it's going to be two ladies looking at you while you're in the bathroom. So I hope that does not offend you. But all through the property, there is something to discover throughout the property. So if we could go to the next slide. As you finish, your meetings during the day, you can work out in our state-of-the-art fitness room. We also have an indoor pool, jacuzzi.
Yeah, and it's October, so don't forget to pack your swimsuits.
So it is a
It is
lap
indoor.
pool. It is a lap pool, so you could, take a couple of laps there, as well as outside. We do have our patio that you're able to sit out in the evening and enjoy the fall weather. So you could have a beverage or eat a meal there out in the patio. So.
Yeah, and one of the most wonderful things about this particular hotel, it is downtown. And of course, downtown has gone through this huge revitalization over the last several years. There are over 200 independently operated restaurants that are within walking distance of the hotel. There are 2 performing art theaters, museums. There's so much to do in the downtown area.
So I know that you're there in Asheville to come to your meeting and to be educated, but we'd like for you to come and play in our backyard. As Brenda said, there's over 200-plus restaurants, so everything is within walking distance of the hotel.
Okay, we've told you a few things about it, and now we're going to show you a couple of things.
So Brenda Taylor, she's here representing Asheville, and I could not thank her enough for everything she's helped me to work with Chris and to the committee, the board, for you to come back to Asheville. And just if you want to say something a little bit more about the city and what you can do.
Well, and I know you're going to want to plan a number of things. I know you have a lot of meetings, a lot of things to do during the conference, please come early, stay late. And to plan your itinerary, I would suggest looking at exploreasheville.com. There's information on everything there is to do there. There's a current calendar of events that will tell you the things that are going on in the theaters and all around the city. And of course, we're from the Convention and Visitor Bureau, so we're always very happy to help. We run a full convention visitor center, and any questions that you have, give us a call. We really look forward to welcoming everyone to Asheville.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Scott. Okay, now we have a challenge. You saw a lot of cool things. Now, if you want to help out with the fall conference, we're thinking about Tuesday, golf, maybe family outing, prepare a trip to Biltmore. There's, my understanding, there's maybe 2 small breweries. I think there's Sierra Nevada and New Belgium, I believe, down the road that can be seen. I think Brenda said that they have some buses. They can put together not only a fun excursions for the families, but also for members. So think about this. You're coming to pre-conference. Your family can go to Biltmore, spend a nice time. We'll try to make sure that we have discounted tickets. We have lunch provided. We have transportation provided. So once you make it with your family to Asheville, it should be fun. Now we need some hands. We need some people on Friday to put your name on the list. I can guarantee you we will put you to work. With that said, thank you very much. And I'll give that to Eric.
Thank you, Chris. Great update. Appreciate all that. Also at this time, I'm going to ask Chris Smith if you have a second to come on down from the backstage there. And he's going to provide us an update on web and marketing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, hope everybody's had fun so far. A lot of you know me. Some of you think you don't. Hold on a second, you will. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody knows me. So, keep me on the list. If you would love to be part of this exciting team, first off, let me get everybody with the web team to stand up, please. Where'd they go? There's Jeremy. We got quite a few that are here. I want to say thank you for all of them. They're the ones that activate your membership, get you on listserv, make sure you're getting your emails from the listserv. It's, there's Jeannie back there. So we're doing many different things, okay? As I told y'all in the numerous emails, we were cleaning up our membership list. We took it from 1,600 down to the 1,200 that we're currently sitting at. So that was 400 members that were gone, moved on, whatever the case is. So we're continuing that with a new process. And we're still looking, if you have ideas for a platform, we're currently on WordPress. So we are looking for a different solution. So if you have ideas, please feel free to reach out. And we're also looking for assistance. So if anyone would be interested in helping with web or marketing, please see me, put your name down on Friday in the survey, and I look forward to working with each one of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Really appreciate you. Thank you. All right, at this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Felina Harris to please come on up and provide a membership update for us. I don't think they know what.
First of all, I'd like to thank the person who only put 2 steps there for me. Had a 50-50 chance of making it up here. How many of you were very pleased with the registration process on this week? Whoop, whoop. All of the membership membership committee members, please stand. Don't be shy. Whoop, whoop. And keep standing, keep standing. We have volunteers as well, if you all could stand. We had about 10 volunteers. Y'all can have a seat. But these are the people who helped to make that happen. We want to thank, I know he doesn't want me to call him out, but I will. Joel, thank you so much for the app that helped us to check everybody in so fast. And I've been bragging about the fact that we checked in 107 people in the first 21 minutes when registration opened yesterday. So that app was amazing, and we thank you all for your patience on, well, I'm not going to say many of you were patient. We saw it. But we thank you for not biting our heads off about last spring. But we worked it out. Everything worked out very well today. And I don't want any of the board members to get jealous, but I have the best committee here, right? Whoop, whoop. But anyway, I have the best committee. Sometimes we come to these conferences and they're already setting up before I even get here. And when it's over, they're already packing up without even saying anything to them. So I thank you all for that. I would say write your name down if you want to be on the membership committee, but we probably have a list about 20 people long right now. But I will say this, you can always, always, always help at the conferences. So please let us know how you want to help at the conferences, and we can always use that help. Last thing I wanted to say is that we will be having our regional meeting coming up soon. I don't have an exact date yet, but you will hear more about that later. The regional meetings have been very popular. We tried to have one back in Asheville, and several things happened in my family and in other people's families as well. We were unable to get that back up and going again. So you will hear about the regional meeting later on. But thank you all so much.
Thank you, Felina. All right, at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Rex Wilder to come up and give us an update for the Business Partners Committee. Business Partner Committee. I don't know. Chris laughed. He was the only one who laughed. Thanks, Rex.
Thanks, sir. Thanks. If you haven't noticed, we have an exhibit hall down the way, and there's, if you come to this conference and don't feel loved, you can certainly go down to the exhibit hall and find someone that will love for you to come talk to them. So, they're just dying to meet you. So if you feel left out or something, there's a place for you to go that they will really appreciate you going there. And remember, put in your business cards so you have the chance to win a door prize that they're giving away. So they would love to see you down there. Please, my committee, if they will stand, please, my members, they've worked hard to put this together. There's some of them here. Thank you a lot. Let's give them a hand for all the hard work they've done. So it's a challenge to try to get the vendors here organized, get them to pay, get them to send all their information in so we can get it to the program. So there's a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scene. And I want to give a round of applause to Joel for all the hard work that he's done in collecting the money and getting things organized so that we can put the show on that we put on, not only from a membership point of view, but also from the vendor point of view, business partners. So let's give Joel a round of applause. A lot of the business partners tell me that this is the event that they come to once or twice a year. They say this is the place they want to be, is in front of you guys, because of the relationship that they have developed with you guys, the friendship that they feel from you guys coming down and speaking with them and interacting with them. And, that's really what puts on this show, is those guys paying the booth fees so that we can do what we can do, go to the places that we go to, and the food and door prizes and different things that Nickel Jesus gives. So they are the guys that need to be thanked when you're here for the contribution that they make in buying the exhibit so that we can put on shows like this. So I've got a couple positions open on the business partner committee. So if we got any good volunteers out there that want to help us out, please do so in the survey tomorrow. So thanks a lot and appreciate y'all's support.
Thank you, Rex. All right, thank you, Rex. All right, next I'm going to ask Mr. Randy Kress to come on up. There he is. And he's going to give an update on the Professional Development Committee.
Thank you. Thank you. I have to have a piece of paper because we have quite a few events coming up, so I want to make sure anything that we do have coming up that everybody's aware of. But first, have a great committee, provides a lot of insight and input, and also works on new projects. So if committee could stand up, we have Chris, Mike Taylor, Chris McMillan, Mike Taylor, Tama Hughes, and Helen Nelson that have worked with us on this and come up with some great ideas. So please give them a round of applause. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So recently we've had some events. We've had the Citrix Boot Camp. That was a regional event that's gone through the state. So we had a Western, Central, and Eastern events for that, and those were successful, had some participation there. Everyone got some good information. We'll look at having that again next year, and we'll expand out and look at other products within the Citrix platform based on your input. Some topics could be for NetScaler and also looking at some hyper-converged boot camps and sessions as well. So definitely trying to get you some good technical classes in anything in your interest. So upcoming events, Maurice had mentioned it and really appreciate School of Government working with us on this. November 17th, we have partnered with School of Government in the CGCIO class, and we have the PCI compliance seminar. So how many of you were able to attend the PCI update session this morning with Chris Harper? Excellent. So that was just a piece and taste of the full day event that we have lined up for the 17th. This is open to any IT staff that are involved with PCI compliance. The CGCIO class will be there, and we've also opened up to like finance directors and any other decision makers. So if you have other department heads or department liaisons that you work with and like to invite them, you can have them come as well. You can scare them a little bit with PCI if you want to, or you can figure out how to tackle your next project. There'll be a full day event. You'll be able to quiz the QSAs, which are the certified folks that are making decisions on how your compliance process works, and also find out more about recent updates. There is a registration link that's out on School of Government site, and we also have that on our Nickel GISA page as well. So that's coming up November 17th, and we'll send out another blast on that. Class is filling up on that, so if you are interested, you might want to hop on it. Next, we have a couple events going on in December. The first, and this was one that came up December 5th through 8th, and I had just recently sent this out. We've been waiting on feedback coming from the folks that were doing the training with NC State. So there's two great classes that are being offered. This is through Department of Homeland Security funds. It goes to North Carolina Emergency Management, and this is on cyber terrorism. So there's two classes that'll both be held at the same time. The spaces are very limited on that. There's basically 25 people that can be in each class. The first is on comprehensive cyber terrorism defense. And again, these are DHS certified trainings. There's no cost on this. In the past, I think FEMA has covered the lodging and food. In this particular case, it is not. So all you have to do is provide transportation, get your meals, and you're good to go. Second class there is the cyber terrorism first responder. So two very interesting classes that are very timely and relevant and that being offered, and this will be in the Raleigh location at NC State. We also, the following week, we're trying to get together everybody for the ITIL Foundation class. This is a follow-up to the Project Plus class that we had. This is being offered by NBT, or National Business Training in Raleigh. So it's the same folks that provided that class. So this is for Nickel GISA members only. So you'll be with your other peers that are trying to figure out and tackle ITIL. So some great sidebar conversations, I'm sure, will happen from that. There is a cost on that. Nickel GISA is subsidizing that cost, so it's basically $800, and that's a 3-day boot camp. So look forward to you participating for that. We are cutting off the registration on that on the 23rd, so before you go home for Thanksgiving, make sure you have your registrations in. We'll have that ITIL class. Let's see, another great class, and I'll have to thank Tama Hughes for putting this together, and this is what we anticipate our committee members working through and helping and develop. I think this will turn into a great program, but she's been working with Cisco Meraki. We've talked about and heard feedback from folks that you want to have hands-on lab classes and get more in depth. So right now, we're working with Cisco Meraki, and we've secured some dates. As soon as we get all the registration and everything taken care of, this will be for December 12th. They'll be in Asheville. We're looking at December 13th. We're finalizing that one. December 14th will be in town of Wendell, and so that'll be your central region. And then we're moving over to the east. December 15th will be in Greenville if we get everything worked out. So we'll have those information. They'll do a tour. This will be Meraki classes. That'll basically, you bring your own equipment, no cost. What we're doing is working with members. Several of our committee members have provided hosting. What we're interested in is finding folks like yourselves, cities, counties that have facilities. What we're finding is that the vendors will work with us at no cost to provide classes. We just have to provide facilities. So that'll be something I'm interested in finding out from everyone, is if you're able to provide those classes, different regions and different areas. I think we can definitely expand these type of programs. The Meraki hands-on lab class will go through all of the stack with that product, and also introduce the security cameras and their phones as well. So you get a taste of a little bit of everything there. Again, all you have to do is get to the class, and everything else is covered for you. So have those coming, and there'll be an announcement on that with a registration link. And I think we have ITIL, we have Cisco Meraki. Yep, and as far as other items, we're looking at exploring, we need your input on this. I spoke with the folks at VMware. They're interested in doing something similar. I know Juniper is doing some things as well. So definitely trying to get some of the technical classes. These aren't the same as a full certification class, but this is a way to get with your peers and talk about products of interest to you. So with that, I'll definitely take any input that you have, fill that out on survey form. If you're willing to work on the committee and have some ideas, definitely love to have you and like to talk to you about that as well. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Randy. Appreciate that. All right, at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Joel Hartley to please come on up, sir, and provide an update, treasurer's report, and also maybe a little bit on the audit committee here. Thank you.
Okay, if you would flip the one slide up here. Great. Each year, we have an annual audit that takes place at the close of the fiscal year, and they seem to come back with a number of good suggestions and also improvements for myself and the board for information. This year, they came back and suggested, let's present a cash flow report to the organization, which is an excellent idea. I don't know why we never thought about doing that. But this is the cash flow for the past fiscal year. And if you would, you can see these are the revenues that have came in that fiscal year. And right there, you can see the total at the bottom, $749,501. So the majority of that does come from the business partners that are down the hall. So again, as Rich mentioned, to take time to visit them. Okay, if you would scroll on a little further, and which falls into our expenses, and all this is connected back to the annual budget. So you have some various categories there with those charges of expenses, and then broken down for each fall and spring conference. So you can see for the fall conference, we had total expenses of just over $236,000, and then the spring conference of 2016, $262,853. Scroll a little bit more for a grand total expenses of $669,955. Had a surplus of $79,000. So as you can see, the board does an excellent job trying to control expenses, but yet still provide quality conferences for everyone, and also quality education, as you just heard from Randy with the professional development. Okay, thank you. Also at this time, I'd like to call on Bill Blanchard. Bill's going to give you a report from this year's audit. Thank you, Bill.
I can do it from right here.
Perfect.
Right here. Bill Blanchard. I'd like to recognize the audit committee that was there. Jennifer Price. Nancy Bragg. Robert Reynolds. Sandy Reynolds. Okay. So I'm here. I've been on the audit committee several times, and I have to say it's done an excellent job. We go through basically line by line and look at what the expenses are, and I feel very confident in the job that was done. recommendations we've made. The board has taken, and Joel has taken and done primarily what we've seen minor things, things like the cash flow report from time, the door prizes, so that some all but I have to say, I want to thank Joel for
All right, thank you, Joel and Bill. Thanks so much. All right, we do not have a report on the K-12, but I'm still going to ask Phil Decker to stand up. He is our chair for that committee. Everybody, if you will. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate you. And also, I don't want to leave out Ray. Ray, did you have anything that you would like to report or share? No, not this time? Okay, thank you. Thought I'd ask. Okay, at this time, every year, the board becomes the nominating committee. And the nominating committee's responsibilities are outlined in the bylaws, which tells us that we have to elect our officers. And for this year, as you all know, Joel is going to be stepping off as the treasurer, so we have to nominate somebody on the nominating committee has to nominate a replacement, which we have. Also, the slate of officers that I'm going to share with you here, again, not only are they per the bylaws, we are to provide a slate of officers for you all to vote on today, but we just want to let you know that the nominating committee has done their due diligence, vesting and going through to make sure that they are qualified and ready for these next steps. Many of these officer positions, some of them are a year, some of them are a 3-year commitment. So not only do the members that are stepping up into these officer roles understand that, but there are organizations that they work for do as well. So at this time, the first one is going to be, that I'm going to start with, is going to be the treasurer position. And the nominating committee has put forth Ray Hall, who currently serves as our secretary, but he will be moving into the treasurer's role. And at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion on that. Okay, and do we have a second? All right, all in favor? Aye? Aye. All right, motion, any nays? Motion approved. All right, the second one we're going to do is going to be the secretary position. And I apologize, but Mike Taylor already had a previous commitment. Mike Taylor is a Pitt County CIO, even assistant county manager as well. And Mike Taylor also has been serving on our conference committee, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. That's correct, thank you. And he also has acted as a representative for us on one of our other committees that we also appoint a representative to, and that is our NCPTS committee, I believe it is. So Mike Taylor's not here, apologize for that. Many of you do know Mike Taylor, fantastic guy, more than qualified, but I'm going to ask for a motion at this time to move him to the secretary position as an officer. So moved, do we have a second? All right, all in favor? Aye? Any opposed? A motion approved. All right, and least but not last here, we got our president-elect position. I'm moving off as a president, and I'm, again, grateful for the opportunity to serve this wonderful organization. Very blessed, had great opportunities. And Chris Koltek is our president-elect. Chris Koltek will be stepping up as a president as soon as this business meeting's concluded. At the end of the day, we need to make sure we have another president-elect who's going to be coming up after Chris serves as president to take the reins and move us forward again. And the nominating committee has selected Felina Harris, who's currently serving as our membership chair, but she will be serving as our president-elect. And at this time, I'd like to take a motion. Do we have a motion? All right. Do we have a second? Okay. All right, all in favor? Aye. Any nays? All right, motion approved. All right, that's wonderful. These are your new officers. That's wonderful. My heart does break because I stepped down, but I wanted you all to know I'm still here for another year in an officer position to serve as the past president. So I hope I could be more productive and do more to help support Chris in his presidency, but also Felina as she takes next steps. There's plenty to do, and I'm sure whatever I could do to help them make this smooth and help you with anything you might feel that's necessary to lead us forward, I'm your man for it. At this time, I did have some other things I'd like to share with you. Tomorrow's important. We have Nickel Jesus prizes, but today at 3 o'clock, I believe they're doing vendor business partner prizes. So tomorrow at 11 o'clock and not any minute later, you will receive before 11 o'clock an email. You all need to click on that email, click on the link, and fill out the survey. If you do not fill out the survey, you will not be entered in to win any prizes tomorrow. And one of the reasons we do that is because we really value your input and your feedback. And I know it's tough, you got to fill out a survey to participate, but we really want to hear from you. It really means a lot to us. So tomorrow, before 11 o'clock, make sure you submit your surveys, all right? And also, today, after this meeting, we're going to meet in, can you help me out with this, Chris? Where are we meeting? First room on the right. And this meeting is, say again? Thank you. Airs 1. So what we want to do is we want to hear from you. We're sincere about really wanting to hear from our membership, what you all think and how we should move forward and get that input. So as we get ready to set our goals for this upcoming year, we could take all that information in and we can make sure that's part of our plan moving forward. So with that being said, make sure after this, if you'd like to attend that, you can. If not, continue to visit with the business partners, as everyone's mentioned, specifically Rex. Our business partners help make this conference what it is. So if you go down there and visit with them, that's why they're here. Year after year, conference after conference, this is why we're here. We're doing things and we're getting these sessions, we're getting this training, but without the funding and the extra input and information they provide to us, it would be much more difficult to put on a conference of this caliber and size. So I just have to recognize, again, Chris and Rex for all their hard effort for this conference. Yes, it takes a team and a board, but specifically, they've been traveling up here, they've been making sure everything's in order, and that just takes a tremendous amount of work, and I'm grateful for their help. Also, let's see if I'm missing anything else. Folks, am I missing anything?
You have to wrap it up at 2 o'clock.
Wrap it up 2 o'clock? Okay, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn. So moved. Do I have a second? All right, motion approved. Thank you all so much. Have a blessed day. Enjoy your time here. Go have fun. Connect with the vendors and everyone else in this room. Thank you so much.